All right, so Zohran Mamdani has won the New York City mayoral election. He beat Cuomo and Sliwa, and everyone's in panic mode. Everyone's trying to move out to Texas and Florida, and other people, as you know, one can assume, illegal immigrants and people who are Muslim are going to be going to New York City as well. Um, And the win didn't surprise me. I remember the first time I heard of Mamdani was when Sneeko endorsed him, and everyone was, "Oh my God, there's a socialist Muslim who is woke and he's anti-Trump and against all this stuff, right?" And one of the main things that he was endorsed by Sneeko is because he's someone that doesn't support Israel. He's definitely pro-Palestine, and um, he's someone that's definitely against the establishment, which a lot I could definitely respect. A lot of people respect that about a person because it's outside of the norm. Everyone is a supporter of these foreign nations and trying to play it safe. And Cuomo, who everyone was trying to have be the mayor, was someone that you could tell he didn't have a side. He was just playing safe. He's just saying things that people want to hear. Don't get me wrong, Mamdani as well, but I was like kind of on the side of Sliwa. I wanted him to win, but again, it is what it is. And if Sliwa would have dropped out, people were right that most likely it would have been a lot closer. Because Mamdani got like 1 million votes and Cuomo got like 800,000 votes, so it was kind of close. I'm not gonna lie, but and there was a stat that said that Gen Z, it was like 84% of women voted for Mamdani. And if you know anything about New York, it's like California, where it's filled with like equality. There's like the Dominican parades, the Colombian parades. There's the LGBTQ. There's the Panama festival that they have in Brooklyn as well. The Puerto Rican parade, obviously, as well. And this is every culture, every gender, everything, religion is all can be found in New York City. It's a, an ideal representation of the American dream. Now I feel like Miami's the new American dream, but I digress. So, how did Mamdani win though? What was his thing? And I have a couple theories. I think one, I don't think that him being against Israel necessarily was what got him to win, but it did gain a lot of respect from people, especially with the whole Israel Gaza situation, which is still kind of ongoing right now. I haven't been updated on it since the ceasefire, which obviously Israel broke, but he is someone that isn't necessarily supportive of Israel, but I don't know how that aligns with you being mayor of New York City. I don't know how that aligns. I don't know how that deals with things, but whatever. But because of the government shutdown and the, taking away the SNAP benefits for certain people, I think it's for the people who are illegal immigrants and whatnot. But I think there's a lot of people in the world right now that are panicking because the government, this is the longest government shutdown ever. And the Democrats have been the ones that are stopping this. And the word of, what I've heard is because the Democrats want the benefits, um, the, healthcare, whatever, to be given to illegal immigrants that come to the country, which in my mind, I'm like, why should they? If they aren't US citizens, I don't think that United States Americans should be receiving benefits outside to like London or Canada if we're just not citizens there, in my opinion, right? I think that's just common sense. But I think Mamdani took advantage of the government shutdown as well as taking away certain benefits for certain people who use it for like EBT, things like that, to try to pitch an idea of him being the ideal man, the relatable guy, that he's a friend, welcoming, that he's gonna help be the guy that's gonna make housing more affordable, childcare, universal childcare, free buses, which I think that it should be free trains, subways. That's, in my opinion, more like if you really want to get the votes of the people in New York City. Um, and he also obviously left wing socialists, so there's a demographic for that, right? And New York has always been blue, but even though Trump is like from New York, it was pretty close though. It was kind of close. New York was almost could have been red too, um, but Mamdani definitely took advantage of it, and the government shutdown, I think they kind of used it. And I'm sure in a couple of days, hopefully, the government shutdown will be officially over, and they can just go back to doing things because it's not fair to those people that are working the government. And yeah, I think Mamdani, there's a lot of things that he was campaigning for, and he was saying, free stuff, um, free bus rides. He was also saying free, not free food, but he also wants to create 200,000 new homes and things like that. And he was saying, don't send money. But this video I'm going to react to, well, I already reacted. I'm going to rewatch it again because I really want y'all to see something. Because Mamdani, he's definitely someone. He reminds me of Gavin Newsom, where friendly guy. I'm sure I could hang out with him and just have good conversations with him. Um, but behind closed doors, behind your back, he's gonna talk crap about you, and he's a completely different person. He's someone that is gonna work his way to the top and do whatever it takes. When he was in the debates, he was very much giving off someone that like that fake smile. Even his smile didn't seem authentic to me, and his eyes were just like, "Yeah, I'm lying to you guys." He's like this, like, "I'm lying to you guys. You stupid idiots. You think I'm gonna actually help you guys? You think I'm actually gonna raise the minimum wage to $30 an hour by the year 2030? You guys think I'm actually gonna make affordability possible in New York City, the top 5 most expensive cities in the United States, without money? Like, it's so expensive the way it takes money. It's going to require a lot. And there's certain things where I appreciate him though, but like him trying to not have the police, because people say he wants to defund the police. He's kind of clarified that, but I think he does want to defund the police. But he wants to basically make health focus on like mental health, where it doesn't require the police to work like triple um overtime or whatever, so that way it's like, because when you're working that many hours for such a long time, it's like it drains you. And I want police officers that are healthy, stable, because they're the ones protecting us, right? So it's like you want to make sure that, and especially in New York City, um anyone who says New York City is safe is lying through their teeth. Like, come on now. Like, just going outside New York City, I don't know how it is in Los Angeles, but in New York City, it's like the homeless people everywhere. There's always crazies, scammers, weirdos, um, and um, it's like you. It's important to just maintain the police and don't have a way of making them like want to not work for the police force. It's important to maintain a good relationship with them, in my opinion. And there's already parents that are trying to move out of New York and wanting to get their kids out of school because again he's someone that supports LGBTQ plus, so you already know. Um, but I'll give him this though, and Sneaker kind of mentioned this too, because he was going everywhere. He was on Charlemagne, he was on Andrew Schultz, he was on Fox News. I think he was on Fox News. I'm pretty sure, CNN, all these news networks. And he came out of nowhere. He's a fresh young face, and I'm someone that one of the main things why I was so excited for JD Vance when he was running for vice president with Trump is the fact that he's younger. He's not an old head. He's not in his 70s, 80s, and he's someone that has a fresh take of the average American. And Zoran, he's only 34, I believe, and the fact that he again, I don't trust the fact that he's not really truly American. Like, he was born in Uganda, and again, I I have my own opinions on like the fact that I mean I'm not. This is not gonna sound right, but I was just saying it's just like something feels wrong of someone that doesn't live in this country becoming the mayor of New York City. Something about that, just like the Somali guy in Minneapolis, he was so close to becoming mayor, and then luckily the other guy won instead. It's like I don't want people who are outsiders who are not truly American to be in charge of our country. It doesn't seem right and fair, and um, so it's interesting. It's interesting, but again, his campaign, he was everywhere. He was doing interviews, he was vlogging and certain things, going to public events, and he was showing up. He was doing more press stuff than what Sliwa and Cuomo were doing combined. So um, you got to respect the drive. He did a good, and he had endorsement. He was endorsed by Bernie Sanders as well as AOC. I'm surprised Obama didn't endorse him, which is kind of funny. Um, but this was a slimmer of hope that the Democratic Party have. They're like, oh my God, all this Trump stuff. Trump won. They're so pissed off, and then Zohran won, and it's like they have a slither of hope. And Trump himself said that he's not going to try to fund money to New York City because it's all going to go to things that aren't necessarily going to benefit the city in the long term. Because again, when you're mayor of New York City, it's like the presidency. You get the 4 years, and you may have to rerun. And I don't think he's going to be able to make it to 2030, in my personal opinion. I don't see it going this way. I'm praying that he does a good job as mayor, but he needs to understand that there are certain things you have to do to, like, I get you. Let's be honest, you're not going to commit on everything that you promise. No politician ever does everything that they promise. I think Trump himself has like done like, besides the Epstein files and saying Project 2025 wasn't real and things like that. He's I would say maybe 70% of things Trump said that he would go for, like the freedom of speech, which I know is still limited speech right now, but he did that, and as well as the tariffs, trying to end the wars with Israel and Russia, Ukraine, and Gaza and uh, Israel, and you know, uh, bring inflation down, which he did. He did, but this is not, again, this is not about Trump. This is about Mamdani. My point is that like Mamdani, I don't think he's going to be able to do everything he wants. I know he manipulated the people in New York City to try to see, listen. If you don't vote for me, nothing's going to change. It's all going to be the same. But with me, there's a slight chance that there could be affordability in New York City, and you're going to be able to afford an apartment and this and that. Like, like I'm sorry, like I don't believe you. I never believed you, and the way you do it requires money, which is the point of this video. Let's react to this real quick because this is a very, very interesting point.
Good morning, New York City. Thank you. Last night we made history.
One sec. Put the farm down. Right here.
And today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months where we build a city hall that delivers on the promises of our campaign, to make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government, and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and a hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day, and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
Yeah. So he's gonna require money. He's asking for money in order for things to get done, which we all knew was gonna happen. So all that free stuff you guys think you guys like, again, nothing is free in this world, guys. Nothing is free. As much as people hate capitalism, whatnot, nothing is free. Everything comes at a cost. Just like with Joe Biden with the student loan stuff. Oh, we'll forgive your student loans, but inflation's gonna go all the way up. There's a price for everything. So yeah, he's gonna um and what was his plan again? He wanted to tax the rich and then use that money to use it for public transportation with the buses. It's like, bro, you don't even. By the time January comes, most of the millionaires, in New York City are going to be gone, gonzo, moving to Florida or Texas or North Carolina, anywhere. So he needs to do something right now to clarify certain things and make sure that, like, because obviously this is going to bring more people to New York than people that's going to leave. Because I feel like a good percentage of people are actually just going to stay and just roll with it, and try their best to sustain some type of livability in New York City. But I feel like a lot more people are going to be entering New York City. Like New York City is already diverse with every race ever, right? But I feel like right now it's going to be a migrant like city where it's going to allow all these illegals to come through the city. Crime. He's very much pro crime. Like he just doesn't. All these people in these prisons. It's just not a good look, man. The crime already in New York City is already horrible, and the fact that you want to like basically like let people out, all these murderers and rapists and stuff, it's like it doesn't seem right. Not that it doesn't seem right; it's not right. It doesn't make sense. But again, you guys voted for him. Congratulations, and Mamdani. I was thinking about this today too. Mamdani might be the best thing to happen to the Republican Party because Mamdani is going to be it's a win-win, right? If Mamdani is a good mayor, it'll be like, okay, cool. New York City is in good hands. He made everything done from what he promised, and affordability is going to go be something possible. Free buses, maybe higher taxes, but at least things, how people are going to be able to travel and whatnot, is going to be a lot easier and a lot more affordable, right? I mean, that doesn't seem likely, but we'll see. But if he, you know, doesn't perform, fails, makes New York a city, that's full of illegals and crime through the roof, it's gonna look like Gotham City, and it's gonna be like Judge Dredd. Like Dredd is gonna be like that neo horrible crime city syndicate that's gonna be running rampage all over the city, um, which I think is probably gonna happen, unless there's some type of control, right? And limitations from Trump. If it goes that way, that will make sure that New York never elects a Democratic socialist ever again. It will make people be like, "Oh my God!" By the time the next election comes around, it'll come to a more more awakening for people to be like, okay, yeah, the conservative side is probably, even though people might not agree with the conservative side, it's going to make people, all right, the conservatives at least have a plan and they actually are good with economics and they're actually focused on conserving the economy and, making sure things are smartly done for, finances and whatnot because the world runs on money. So it's going to awaken people. So it's a win-win. So he either does what he promises, um, hopefully doesn't overspend and uses too much money and actually helps the city somewhat, or he fails and New York will vote for a Republican next time. Uh, and hopefully he'll only be there for 4 years. But again, it's a win-win. I want the best for New York City. I was born there, and it's my home. It's my home. My birth state. Um, and it's a special, has always have a special place in my heart. Don't get me wrong, New York has given me a lot of heartache and uh, disappointments. Um, not allowing me to fulfill my American dream there, but it will always have a special place in my heart, and I want the best for it because I still have family that lives there. Um, I'm just gonna keep praying for New York and just continue to be optimistic for the future. And again, Mamdani, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Even though we might not agree on everything, I mean, I feel like most things that I don't agree with you on most things, but you just try not to ruin the city. That's all I can say. Just please don't ruin New York City. Please don't. Uh, but who am I kidding? All right, so that's my thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this election. I'm Donnie. If there's anything I'm missing, maybe there's a point of view you guys might have that I might be able to align with and understand. So comment below and see you guys at the next video. See you.